Hey guys, it's Robin, RsIslandCrafts. Welcome to my craft room. This is my WiP It Wednesday video where I show you what I've been working on in the craft room, no matter whether it's a small project or something that's going to take me a long time. I've just been putzing around a little bit here and there this week. As you can imagine, things sometimes get put down for a while and picked back up, depending on what's going on and what I can work on, but I do have a few things to show you this week. These are new, but something you have kind of seen before. A while back, I had made one of these little tote bags with the dessert fabrics on it. And when I put up all my bags and said, if anyone's interested, I have these bags for sale, and you guys went kind of crazy and bought a bunch of them, this one actually ended up being quite popular. One person grabbed it right away, and then I had several other people that had inquired if I had any more. Now, I didn't have all of the same fabrics, but I did have some of the similar ones that were in there. There were some extra bonus ones like pretzels and things that I no longer have. So I did go ahead and I made 3 of these so far. All with the same fabrics, just I tried if I needed to use, like these are both from the same ice cream yardage, but this one has some of the longer cones on it, and then this one has some of the shorter little cones. So I just tried to make sure I mixed it up, that if I had to use the same fabric twice, that I made sure that they were just a little bit different. So these cupcakes have the cherries on them and these don't. So little things like that, just to switch it up a bit. So if you've asked me for one of these bags, I should have sent you a message in wherever we discussed, whether it was on Facebook, Messenger, or my page, or through an email. If you have not received a message from me with some questions about these bags, please go ahead and get in touch with me, because I was trying to go through all my messages and in all the different locations to see that I had everyone that had talked to me. I might be missing one person. I did not check Instagram, so there might be one sitting there. So right now I do have 3 of them prepared. I have some more of this style fabric that I can do the same thing with. Plus I have plenty of other novelty fabrics that aren't food related, that if there was something that you wanted, I could make a bag like this. So that's what I did. I got 3 of these done. They're all quilted. I did, not necessarily quilting in the ditch, but I echoed on each side of the lines of where the blocks were sewn together. And I've chosen my lining. I think this one is going to work okay with it. I was looking for some type of a lining that went exactly with this, but really with all the black and stuff, the only thing I have is black fabric. I don't have like this pink or a yellow, so let me know if you think this really won't go very well. It will be on the inside of the bag, and I don't want to use something dark because then you can't see what you're digging for on the inside. And I don't have any yardage of food fabric, so I couldn't just choose a dessert fabric to put on the inside. I finished another one of the dishcloths. I've been practicing how to steam, you know, when you, oh, why isn't that word coming to me? When you go, oh, when you block. I've been trying to steam block the dishcloths in preparation for steam blocking shawls and sweaters. I've been using the tutorial by Arnie and Carlos, if I remember, and I can find it, I'll put it up there. But they show you how they do theirs over in, I believe they're in Norway. They use an iron. So you put a cloth on it, a wet cloth, and you go ahead and just steam iron through it. Now this is cotton, so it took to it really well. And as you can see, it is almost perfectly square. I'm not going for exact because I was just putting it on my ironing board. I'm going to have to make myself some type of a template so I can make sure that it comes to an exact square. It is pretty close right now. So for what it's going to be used for, once it gets wet, it's going to be what it is anyways. But I'm just trying to keep it from being too wonky like the dishcloth sometimes can be. But anyway, all that talking for, I knit another dishcloth. And I did finish the Pioneer, the purple mitts. So I'm going to go ahead and put one on so you guys can see what these look like. There's all that nice ribbing right there on the front. And then when you turn it over, oh, bad shoulders. You can't really turn. For me, it's a little bit hard to turn my palm over. But let's do the left one because the left arm isn't as bad as the right one. Okay, so here we go. We've got all the ribbing there. There we go. That's much easier. And then we have this little design element with the way the ribbing goes up into the thumb and then it goes back into the hand. I didn't want to go too high up on the fingers. I wanted to make sure it's nice and long to go underneath the jacket, and then it still gives you that really good free motion in your hands. It's going to keep them warm, but it's not going to, you know, hinder too much movement. It has a little bit of a stretch to it, and of course these aren't made for me, so it's going to fit the person they're made for a little bit differently. But I thought these came out really nice. So that is it for me so far this week. I'm sure there might, no, there's nothing hiding. A lot of times after I do my WiP It Wednesday video, I'll find another project that I was working on. But this is it. I spent most of my time working on this. It actually took me a couple hours just to get all the ends woven in on the mitts. Then my dishcloth. And then this took a few days just to get this far because I kept going in and out of the craft room. I take a few minutes here and then I go do that and a few minutes there. There's always something that's going to interrupt you. But I'm very pleased with my progress this week. So have you guys gotten into the sewing room at all? And we've been having a lot of storms and rain here in Florida, and I can say Florida because the other day, like Sunday, the whole state of Florida, as far as I could tell, was getting rain at some time or another. It knocked out the race up in Daytona, the NASCAR race. They had to, I saw they had a pause on it. I don't know if they finished it or called it at the end because there was only 33 laps left, but we changed channels at that point, so I'm really not sure. And when it rains like that, there's usually a lot of thunder and lightning, so I don't do much in the sewing room anyways because I'm not going to plug in my sewing machine during thunder and lightning storms. But that rain was nice. It kept the house nice and cool. You didn't have all that humidity, and it was just a really beautiful day, even with all that rain and storms. Thank you for hanging out with me in the craft room this week, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!